Hello, my name is Megan Ribbens. I was part of the 2022 Therapeutic Photography cohort at Robert Gordon University. I come to the work of therapeutic photography through the lens of an educator and certified child life specialist working in the community setting, particularly engaging NGOs, schools, and faith-based organizations. I've been designing and implementing through their eyes photography programs for children and families with Resonate Global Missions since 2011, and I've been facilitating interfaith photo voice projects since 2020. My work with children began in Nigeria and is currently unfolding in Johannesburg, South Africa. From the first pilot program I implemented, I was convinced of the power of therapeutic photography, even before I knew it was an organized or organizing thing. I quickly saw that it is easily accessible thanks to the democratization of modern photography, provides a safe space for reflection and meaning making, provides a distance between people and topics for safe exploration, is non-threatening and easily connects people to themselves and each other and their beliefs. Generally, it is a safe and playful way of relating, which in and of itself promotes restoration and healing. I was drawn to the course to strengthen my understanding of the theoretical underpinnings to better understand why therapeutic photography is so effective and to strengthen my own programming. There were so many important topics that we covered in our program, but today I want to share what I learned about and have seen regarding the topic of attachment. In our course, we learned about and explored attachment through the work of Bowlby and Ainsworth, as depicted in this slide. You can see we learned about the different attachment styles, but we also learned about how attachment styles show up in adulthood, how attachment styles show up in the therapeutic photography space, and how the therapeutic space can invite participants into a felt experience of secure attachment. Due to not understanding our own attachment style, chronic stress, mental health issues, abuse, poverty, and so many other factors, many people do not have a lived experience of secure attachment. Through the way Dr. Gibson taught about attachment in a shame-free and non-blaming manner, I was better able to understand my own childhood attachment and how it's shown up in my adult relationships. Additionally, I was also able to apply it to my work in therapeutic photography. Prior to the course, I had never thought about the therapeutic space mimicking secure attachment. It makes so much sense, but I had never connected those dots before. Not only did Dr. Gibson teach about secure attachment in the therapeutic space, he modeled it throughout our course. Knowing that attachment is not fixed, that it is revisable within the context of new relationships, therapeutic photography can invite participants into a new lived experience of secure attachment to develop pathways of healthier relationships and improved internal working models when we do the following in the therapeutic space. Establish a trusting relationship. Create a safe base for exploration and for listening. Provide consistent and clear expectations. Acknowledge and adhere to healthy boundaries. Create safe expression of emotions and experiences, and provide safe ways of engaging within a group. In my experience within the therapeutic space, I've also seen how therapeutic photographies can foster attachment and increase attunement with caregivers and existing supportive relationships. One key to attuning the students to their caregivers and support networks in my program is the way programs encourage support seeking from their existing supportive relationships as they do their tasks, and the way in which it prepares caregivers to be safe places for questions and support giving throughout the process. To give an example of attunement to self and other relationships, I'll tap into a program I did on resilience called Perfect Square. We did this with children ages 10 to 13. For the program, we used the framework of Dr. Edith Grotberg's paradigm of resilience to tell visual stories about our own resilience plans, our I have, I am, and I can. The program involved learning about resilience, taking photographs, writing about those photographs, making a final artwork with our photographs, our perfect squares we called them, to depict how the children have already bounced back from a challenge or setback. And finally, we hosted an exhibition of our work. After our program and exhibition, we casually reflected on what students had learned and what they were taking away. I could talk all day about the effectiveness of therapeutic photography, but I think it's far more powerful to hear from participants themselves. The following videos, which have received recent permission again to be shared, reveal examples of how these students attune to the self, to their peers, to their caregivers, and supportive networks. These were casual conversations and videoing, so please keep that in mind as you listen in.
So what about then the paradigm of resilience? Do you think you can, or will be helpful to you if you do experience setbacks in the future, or when you experience setbacks?
I think when I did have those small setbacks in the past, I was constantly looking in the I have column, and I was looking for exterior things that I can, if I can just get this or I have this, then it makes me feel better. But I think after the Perfect Square initiative, I really felt like I need to start looking inward. Like, I can do this to help me succeed or get past this, and I am this. So I don't need to look at the exterior things, what I have or what I don't have, or what's been taken away from me or given to me in this setback all the time. I can look inward and say, I can do this, and I am this, so I can get past this.
So as he looked inwards, the next video tells what this young boy was able to name about himself and his inner characteristics that make him strong.
What parts of your I am paradigm of resilience, like what makes Jonathan unique? What characteristics do you have that you think really support you in bouncing back?
I really think that I'm very determined. I don't give up easily. And I really do think that is a very strong point in my I am column. And that's one of my things that I lean on to. I never give up, and I'm always pushing to try and get past the problem and find a new way around it. So
a little bit later, Jonathan was able to tie in that his I am, his strong characteristics, tie into what he can do. And that was beautiful to see him making these connections on his own.
We did a lot of different things in the program, from workshops to your homework to the Perfect Square part of it. What was your favorite part of the overall program?
My favorite out of everything was sharing your pictures, half of your pictures with a friend, because then that gave you the motivation of, oh, this guy's giving me these pictures. He has done a big improvement on them and a great job, so I feel proud of having them and giving some to him, because then it shows how not only photography skills can tell stories and change people's lives, but it shows that you can also use it to be kind and say what you want to say to other people. And using these pictures, I found that I could do a lot of things because he had more brighter colors than mine, so I could mix and make beautiful artwork.
The beautiful artwork he was referring to is this one, where he used half of his own photographs from his resilience plan and half of Jonathan's pictures to represent something he had already bounced back from. The next two videos, the girls will talk about how doing this program linked them in stronger ways to their caregivers and to their supportive networks.
Samantha, what was it? How did other people help you in this process? Did they tell you what to do? Did you tell them your ideas and they gave suggestions? How did they help you as you were telling your stories through pictures?
They helped me by supporting me with everything I did, like my mom. At first, I told her that I wouldn't do this. Then she supported me to do it, because sometimes I'll come from school and I'm just sitting there like, take pictures. I'm like, no, mom, I'm not good. And then I ended up like feeling like you can't say you can't do something without trying it. So I tried, and then I saw this is so wonderful, and I carried on every day. I just wanted to take pictures, and sometimes when Larato came to my house, she helped me with the pictures. We did pictures but different ways. Like, she wrote a name and I also wrote my heart, and then she did it in a different way. So like, yeah, friends were there to support and family.
Lorato, what was your favorite part of the whole program? We did lots of different things.
My favorite part was when we had to bring our parents, friends, and other people to come and see our work and to just show them how hard we worked and to show that our hard work paid off. And because my picture inspired many people, and I liked my perfect square.
What did you like about your perfect square?
It was creative and it showed who I am, and it showed that I could still move on in life no matter what happens.
The inspiring picture Lorato was talking about is this purple flower on the lower left-hand side that she used to talk about her mother who had passed away several years before. And she was explaining to her dad in this photograph how they still have ways forward. It was beautiful to see her name specific things to this really difficult experience. Attuning to their inner worlds and connecting to their support networks led to increased self-knowledge, which left the students feeling good about themselves. You could see through their smiles as they talked about the experience. With increased self-efficacy, knowing that change was and is possible, and the ability to name personal strategies for ways forward. It was powerful for me to see the active attunement of caregivers and the way they celebrated their children through the entire process. As a non-therapist using therapeutic photography in a preventative manner, I now have a keener understanding of the intended outcomes of therapeutic photography. Our course sharpened my understanding that programming must not be therapeutic by accident. Going forward, I will be ensuring my programs meet the intended outcomes of increased self-esteem, self-efficacy, and empowerment. Additionally, this course has been a catalyst to ensure my programs model and invite participants into an experience of secure attachment, and will continue to be intentional in the ways the experience attunes parents and children. I'm really excited to sharpen what I do going forward. If you have any questions about Perfect Square or other programs we're doing here in South Africa, please feel free to get in touch.